so that we don't have like any interferences during the performances. We usually have like a 10, maybe 15-minute intermission, between, around the middle part, so people can go use the bathroom, go vape, smoke their cigarettes, hit their dab pen, like whatever you need to do. It's a safe environment. At least we try to keep it that way. But please come check us out. The first poem I'm going to be reading tonight, this afternoon rather, is actually called Poets Corner SGF. And this is one I wrote specifically for our 2-year anniversary when we held it here at the Aero Annex Shoe Tree Listening Room. So, Poets Corner SGF. When you go to open mic, you'll open your maw and spit with delight as you sprinkle light across the stage, like dripping apothecarial ingredients from your phone to the page. Hell yes, go say a poem, go rally, go strike. Let's go to Poets Corner, where we speak, we slam, we cry, we jam. God damn! We go to town and jabber, matter-scab, our gift to reason, a rhyme to charm. Now it's our time to shine, because it's poetry season tonight. Thank you. And just like about everyone else that I know, we don't know what we're going to be reading until the last minute. I had a general idea of what I'd be reading, but I'm going to read this next one. It's called Passionate Amateur. So just for context, I'm a huge word nerd. I love etymology, not entomology. That's the study of insects. Yeah. Etymology is the study of words. So this one's called Passionate Amateur. The word passionate comes from the Latin passio, meaning to suffer. The word amateur comes from the Latin amare, meaning love. A lived experience is the horizontal fall that expresses this dynamic. And if one declares you a passionate amateur, then say, absolutely, and it hurts. Thank you. Yes. I have poems, right? I'm a poet. I say the words, I do the things. I'll read this. So I'm a person of color. I'm half Filipino. Filipinos make the best fucking food, if you didn't know. And if you want, to check me on that, then just ask me to cook you something. It's gonna be delicious. Sometimes people of color, when we get together, and there are white people around, we kind of have to move and have our conversations elsewhere. And sometimes when we can't do that, we code switch, right? So this one's called Code Switch, and some trigger warnings, racism, lynching, death, things like that. We can't openly talk about scalping the heads of the rich and drink the spinal fluid of our enemies. We gotta mince our words instead of create a way to say the unsaid. We stop sharing our ideas with others out in the open. We gotta go in a corner in this room and whisper or walk outside into the backyard with our dreams, where everyone we love have all the things they need. We can sometimes find solace in the ignorance online and let it consume us. We remind ourselves there are 2 forms of anger, sadness and rage. We take responsibility to humble ourselves. We fuck up, forget our humanity, form our fists in our mouths, but we never say the actual fucking thing. The thing about wanting to die. Because we don't want to do this shit no more. We can't say, kill me or shut the fuck up, because people may think we want to kill ourselves. No, we don't want to kill ourselves. But it seems like people pay attention then. They'll donate more than their time than when you're dead. But I guess that's why there are people out there to follow us home after our service to neighbors, lurk in the shadows on our way home from protests, or lynch us on their porches. But we can't say, kill me or shut the fuck up. We have to be careful. But why? They're going to kill us anyway. So let's say it just in case. Kill me or shut the fuck up. Thank you. Yeah, I'll do two more. They're going to be pretty short. I'll say that one. Maybe two. Sorry for the awkward pauses. I don't believe in awkward pauses. Fuck that shit. Maybe
A pregnant pause.
a pregnant pause. Ooh, I'm blowing, right? No, yeah, I've read that one already. This one. I think this one's like really special to me. I practice, just like being very intentional about how I use my words and like who I direct those words to. I'm not perfect by any means, but being a poet, for so long kind of trains you that way, right? This one's called The Face of Another, and I use a quote from Gwendolyn Brooks, who is a black poet, was a black poet. I don't know if she's still alive or not, but I'll have to check on that. I think she's, long gone. She, once said in the poem In the Mecca, "Now look at you, sitting where the light corrupts your face." And so that's how I start. The face of another. Now look at you, sitting where the light corrupts your face. How its brilliant scheme proves your pride like peacock feathers. One could melt, maybe sweat themselves worse by locking into our mute countenance. In their eyes, you might see the heavens as you set them on fire. All the galaxies gushing over you and then rushing to the hex vortices because light corrupted your face. Ruined and damned to perceive the ineffable, cursed to be a smile on all mirrors, a ripple felt in the web of time. How utterly infectious one must be to live inside golden hour throughout every season, second, and dimension, to love this eccentric world despite the loss. Thank you. I got one more, and this is, just kind of like my wish to the world. It's called The Last Wish, and I'm almost there. There we go. The last wish. As I drift to sleep, I whisper into the night, let the world be better tomorrow, because my friends will fight to exist for futures we can imagine together. Then the dark slurps up my wish and digests it. Even the shadows hunger for hope. I offer language to their appetite, these wormholes between one person and the next. If I take space in someone's dream, I'm indebted to their hospitality. I promise to provide conversation and company. So please believe me, when prayer seems impossible and your heart has turned to stone, remember how you invited me here. I'll tell you about your nature, how you wanted to glow forever. In my dreams about futures, you do. Thank you, guys. Come out to Poet's Corner. Let's give it up for all the poets, too. All right, so I guess I'll introduce the next poet. It's one of our leaders in Poet's Corner. They're a fantastic poet. I've known them for years, and I'm just delighted to have them in leadership. Everyone, let's give a warm welcome to Just Because!
This mic here? Or
Yeah, hopefully.
okay. It's a fancy. Oh, she's sexy. Okay. So I had picked out a whole set list last night, and then I got here and kind of felt the vibe, and I was like, I should switch it up. I had some really soft stuff. Oh my God, hi, baby. I had some really soft stuff picked out, and I don't know. I'm just feeling a little bit spicier now. Are you guys okay with spicy? Is that okay? Okay. This one is called, Upon Hearing That My Straight Friend Was Called a Lesbian. To the idiot who thinks that all women who don't serve you are dykes, you are in for a rude awakening. Because we are all tired of men like you, not just the gays. Even the breeders are learning to breed you out of existence. You would call them carpet munchers or gender traitors if they elected not to sleep with you, but the truth is, you are the gender traitor. You have carried these damaging attitudes of self-service, indignance, and an unjust sense of pride into this world, followed by malice and misogyny. It is you, sir, who have created your own downfall. Long gone is the tolerance of hatred like that which flows from your lips. Long gone is the desire to serve you in any capacity. We serve ourselves now, and you no longer serve us. According to you, this must make us homosexual. Indeed, many of us are and always have been, but I keep getting stuck on your comment on how nasty lesbians are. What makes us so different from you in that right? I mean, theoretically, we have the same preferences. So what makes me nasty? The fact that I'm not afraid of vagina, including my own. I bet it intimidates the hell out of you to know I'm a better lover and completely lack a certain appendage. I believe what it boils down to is that I'm not afraid to worship pussy while you simply wear it like a glove. You won't admit that you actually hate pussy, just like you hate its owner. They are just tools of convenience to your male existence. It threatens you to know that convenient existence could be shattered at any moment. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm coming with a bat to wreck your home. Sincerely, a nasty woman. Okay, thank you. I was kind of worried about how that one might go. Okay, yes, so this one comes with an activation warning for sexual assault, things in that realm, so if you need to leave, I won't be offended. Here in the garden, I spend time in peace, but when times get hard, it also brings release. Shovel in hand, terraform queen, ready to plant little seedlings of grief. This patch over here of yellowy cheer, snapdragon remedy for pain and for fear. The tulips nearby, for each time I cried, after my dad's heart attack, I wish that fucker would just die. Milkweed when my grandmother did, hollyhock in time, zinnia and asters, screaming fuck all you bastards, digging holes rather than committing crimes. My latest addition, per psychic remission, were the bulbs of Narcissus, one for each Reddit thread in a series read in obsession. Dutch master. Am I the asshole for seeking revenge on my rapist? Von Sion. Today I fucked up by throwing bricks through my rapist's window. Sizzling fire. True off my chest. I ruined my rapist's life. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Cut with my shovel, kick with my boot, bury it deep, reveal something new. I know it's not healthy, there's room to improve, but burying bulbs and pretending they're dudes might keep me out of prison soon. Maybe. But I know where you live, Thomas.
Ooh. Fuck you, Tom! Fuck you, Tom! Bitch!
Oh my god, thank you guys. Okay, I just have a couple more for you. So we go back to the soft girl stuff now. This is from last year. I was at my very favorite music festival, the one that I call my home. If you've ever been to the farm in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, it's a beautiful, beautiful place, magical place on the healing waters of Eureka Springs. So this is about coming home to a festival after being gone and stuck in my head for a couple of years after the assault. Coming to this humbled after having stumbled, 2 years is too long to be away from home. And no, I don't mean a place, not in time nor in space, more of a feeling deep in my soul. Though friends come and go, trust me, I know, the friend I want to be is my own, falling into my own arms, the one who will never bring me harm. I love you means so much more when that's the only goal. Belly Shavasana, grounded to earth, grass in my hair and my hair in the dirt, giving thanks to the mother for all that my grandmothers didn't know, instilling within me the wisdom of centuries my ancestors forgot long ago. But trauma reveals what needs to be healed. This time I will listen and let go. For I am a poet, and the poem was me. I didn't know it. The masterpiece complete, I grow. The masterpiece never complete, I grow. Sorry. And the last one for you guys. I've come a long way in my healing journey. A lot of this stuff is, much older, but this one is actually very fresh. It's just not even a couple weeks old. My partner and I just moved in together, and gosh, it feels so weird and different to be in a healthy relationship. Crazy that exists. But yeah, this is about what it's like living with them. My home with you, alive with color. Silks and books, riches adorn walls. Breads and sweets and bowls of fresh fruit for the ancestors. Black salt sprinkled through clouds of Palo Santo. Every window enchanted by a feline presence, lazy and sun-soaked. Wind chimes tickled by ceiling fans, and herbs drying in the kitchen. Teas, spells, rice, and everything nice. You are bath time and evening walks around the neighborhood. Our home is bird's nest, skink's nest, and rabbit's nest too. Twinkling streetlights, bubbling fountains, and giving gardens. Thank you. And very next, I was definitely prepared to do an introduction of one of our other leaders in Poets Corner. You might know them from many other spaces, but tonight they are Mar the Ghost. Ooh, get ready for your vaulting, Springfield.
Oh, I gotta get up there really fast.
Hi, how are you guys? Cool. I'm Mar the Ghost. I am one of 4 ghosts, actually. There's 4 of us here tonight. We are the ghosts of Moon City, the rest of the Poetry Hour. We are a group of poets. I think we're pretty cool. We went to Minneapolis earlier this year and competed in a poetry competition that was like a speech and debate tournament for poetry, and it was really fun. If you know the name Neil Hilborn, we beat him and his team, which is really, really cool. So I just like bragging on my friends. So enough of that. I am going to read a couple of pieces for you tonight. Today, it's evening, I guess. It's almost 4 p.m. Whatever. It's fine. This first one is called Genetics. It's about anxiety and working with that. So, being a writer with anxiety is being a creative and having that gut feeling, that nuisance of a noose hanging, looming, ready to catch your neck the moment you think, what if? Being an artist with doubt is the equivalent of a jogger running down a trail with a goose chasing you. You've got 3 minutes to finish this jog and get the hell out before the goose nips at your ankles, but when you look back, there's nothing there. Where's the goose? I can create worlds from my fingertips. Details in the smallest rubble. I can spin stories of intricate wonder. I can pierce the veils of vulnerability of strangers' souls, and in the same breath, I burn myself down just as ornate. I can imagine flashes of my own death while driving. Stopping too short, a little over the line, too much, their fault, my fault, someone else's fault, ends with my death, ends with my legacy. Being a writer with anxiety is. Being a creative and having that gut feeling is. Being an artist with that having doubt is. I'm an author. I am a poet. I am an artist. I am a painter 4 generations deep, and while having a genetic miscode inside of me does not make me less, it does make me this. It is me. And all of who I am, it is all who I will be, but not all of who I aim to become, because I will be more, I will be more. I have to become more than this. I just need my imagination and my anxiety to stop having coffee every morning. I need imagination to get out of that toxic relationship with my mental illnesses and to move out and find itself and flourish under the sun in a garden it grew itself. This personalization of a desensitized person feels like its own story. I am my own story. I am my own art piece in the process, and I am handsome and tragic like the best love interest, and I am nothing like the main character you so want me to be. I am a writer with an active imagination. I'm an artist with anxiety. It will define me no longer. I'm a writer with. I'm an artist with. I am so much more than an active imagination and anxiety tangled under the sheets. I have to believe that. Otherwise, that goose is gonna get me. Otherwise, that noose is gonna hang me. But not today. Thank you. I wrote this one a couple months ago, or not a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago probably. Time is a concept. It's called 26 in August, which, if you couldn't tell, I'm turning 26 in August, and I can only read this like a couple more times before I can't read it anymore, because I'll be 26 in August, and it'll pass and whatever. Okay, so this is called 26 in August. I will be 26 in August. A miracle, I think, yet it still sinks in closer every day. 25 having already been near a year past, I think it all a miracle. Because if we're honest, I wasn't going to see 14. And then I did. And I wondered off and on until I was 17 if I made a mistake not killing myself when I almost tried again at that age, but I didn't. And then I saw 18, 19, 20, numbers adding up to 25, and now I'm almost 26, and I don't want to kill myself anymore, even when it gets bad. And trust me, this last year has been really bad, but I don't want to kill myself. I was not saved. No knight in shining armor came to my rescue. No gods above sounded their horns for their angels to come protect me. It was not a miracle that saved me. It was me alone, making the choice to live. It was not an easy choice. In fact, it's been one of the hardest choices I've ever made, and now I will keep making it. I will keep making the choice to see myself through my worst days and darkest nights. I've got a cat to come home to. I've got a best friend to be the person of honor for. I've got to outlive that bastard in office. I will, in stubborn obstinance, stay alive, to be the voice that needs to be heard, for my community that's raised me to be a leader, for my friends, for my family, for the life I've not yet lived. I will live the burdensome and terrifying life that is laid out for me, that is mine to take the reins of and say, not yet. Not yet can death have me, not yet, and never will they find me by my own hand. I've got people to meet. I've got a soulmate out there to find. I have people to love, people who love me in return. I have me more than anything. I have stubborn, loving me in all the ways that matter. I will be 26 in August. I've not missed a birthday yet. I won't miss this next one either. I'll be 27 the next August, 28 after that, 29. I'll hit my 30s with grace. It's been 13 years since I first decided to kill myself. Some may call it a miracle. Some call it divine intervention. My mother would say it's me picking myself up by my bootstraps. I know what it is. It is the indomitable human spirit that lives within me, begging to be heard. It is my want to live and my will to see it through. I name dropped Neil Hilborn earlier. He has a writing circle that me and a couple of the other ghosts are a part of, and you just sit and you write, and then you read the poetry that you write, and it's cool. I wrote this one. It's at the end of June for anthems, is what the theme was. And I have titled it The Flame. I, if only for forever, have been an optimist. I can't not look at the paths laid out before me and hope those who paved the roads in well-worn fashion had best intentions for me or otherwise. It's not always the case, granted. I've been hurt and broken, used, and left behind my entire life. Still, there's a stubbornness that refused to snuff the flame of hope dwelling in my chest, behind my heart. I am ever the optimist because I've seen the sun come up on my darkest nights. I am the dreamers of dreams for a better tomorrow because I know somewhere inside me it's alive and true, it's real. I believe in the good of people and their want to do what's right. I spoil stories for myself because I only believe in happy endings, even for the bad guy. No matter the pain and suffering it took to achieve, I have to believe in the good in people because no one believed in the good in me when it mattered most. When I needed someone to desperately, I was called a monster. Scum of the earth, I was left entirely and utterly alone to pick up the pieces of what was left of me. I almost gave up. Gave in to the darkness that crawled, gnashed its teeth at my feet, ready to come and welcome me with open arms into the pit of despair, never to resurface, and yet the dawn rose the next morning like it always does. The flame of hope burning brightly inside of me as if never weathering the storm in the first place like it always does. The utter improbable knowledge that there is good in every human being like it always does. And I like to call myself a ghost. But what is a ghost if not the lingering soul of a human, stayed their hand only by unfinished business? What if I am not hope, the want, no, desperate need to believe the good in those who scorned me, the strangers across the globe who don't know me, my friends, my family, the people who do and don't believe in me? I must believe. I have to have hope. It is who I am. My darkest nights would remain starless if I didn't. The flame drowned out long ago. I am the stubborn will of my mother and the driving force behind it of my father. I am my sister's little sibling. I am a ghost with unfinished business, staying on this mortal plane by sheer and utter hope that people are inherently good and that things will get better. Okay, I have one more. It's kind of long. It's kind of political. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. So this has, do you hear the people singing Song of Angry Men from Les Mis? In it, I sing. If I sing bad, no, I don't. It's called Revolution in the Sunrise. Do you hear the people singing the Song of Angry Men? He saluted. He saluted twice. On live television, all eyes on him, all around the world, watching America take a plunge down a 90-year road. He saluted so hard we heard him hit his own chest. He saluted with aggressive pride. Remember when Nazis used to fear being out in public? Now they're being cheered for. Do you hear the people singing the song of... I find it hard to believe the red mirage and blue wave when my country 'tis of the sweet land of fear and instability. They voted a third time for this fascist fuck. They voted a felon back into office as if his crimes didn't matter. The motherfucker can't legally own a gun, but he's in charge of the nuke codes. Do you hear the people sing the screams, the wails of agony as we fight for our right to not only exist but to live freely, as is what was promised from the promised land of the free, home of the incredibly gullible? You are not immune to propaganda, especially this. If the devil tempts 3 times then strike, you're out. You fucking failed the test. Congratulations. Instead of having the first woman president, you put a rapist back in office. A man who thinks my trans brothers and sisters and siblings belong in death camps and that women are only good for being fucked and making food. A man who has the power to make it that way. Oh, but the checks and balances don't fucking work when it's all red like the blood on y'all's hands. When coups happen and instead of being treated like a national security threat, that is, y'all ban an app for 16 hours that the Chinese can't even use because it's banned in their own country. Do you hear? Oh yeah, la migra is a sentence I learned from my Spanish-speaking comrades to protect my friends with skin color different from mine. And if that's a privilege not to worry about being deported, then I will use it to the best of my ability to save those who don't have the same lack of worry. Do you have a lot on my plate? Sure. Is the fight over? It's just begun. Have I lost all hope? Not even close. Am I scared? Am I terrified for what my country is devolving into? Does it have to be me that is the change I need to see? Is it up to us to fight for what's right and the rights of those who can't stand with us for their safety and shelter? Do we do what we do in order to survive? Yes, the answer is yes. For as long as I am here, and I plan to be here longer than they are, I don't plan to beat them to the grave. I am here. I am queer. I am their worst possible nightmare because I will not go quietly into that good night. I will rage against the dying light, and I will carry the torch until my legs give out, until my lungs give out, and then I will pass it on to the next one in line until my work here is done, but not yet. Not yet. The fight's just begun. Which side of history are you on? Now, if you know the song, sing it with me. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. That's it for me, because I like leaving on political notes, apparently. Next up is Ethan with Love, another Ghost of the Moon City. Everybody give it up for Ethan with Love! Yay!
So, an alien race is invading all nations, and it's got us contemplating escaping and taking a solar vacation. See, Space Race McGee is far more advanced than humanity's petty nuclear power plants, and it's got our science guys pissing their pants, because these dudes see us as interstellar seafood while we're still fighting over the land. Damn. We've got systems of algorithms systematically selecting our decisions with precision, pandering politicians, gambling with our existence, putting people into prisons and playing victim. And the irony is that we call it civilized society, while most of us live in poverty. We're killing the goddamn trees, and it seems like there are more t-shirts that say "Save the Bees" than there are actual fucking bees. I mean, geez. And these green guys realized that stars and skies can have eyes. And if they wanted to survive that dark forest and not become chewing gum for space tourists, they must become one or die foolish. But we are a species of hyper-individualistic, sadistic pricks that refuse to see beyond our differences and just look up. Thanks. My name's Ethan. Ethan with Love is my stage name. You can catch me at most of the Poets Corner events and most of the Slam events. I like going to those. They're a whole heckin' lot of fun. So if you guys like anything that you see here tonight, please come show us some love. I'd like to think that we're kind of nice and fun to hang out with, maybe. But I'm going to read a few poems. I'm also going to shamelessly plug myself really fast. I do all this poetry stuff, and I love it so much. And there is another thing that I do that I love so much. I'm also a producer. I've got music out on anywhere that you can stream music. Thank you. I do everything from the ground up, from composition to playing to drums to programming to vocals to sound design to mixing, mastering, which means it's not very good because that's like a lot to do by yourself. But
it's so good.
Thank you. But yeah, it's just my first name, Ethan, E-T-H-E-N, all lowercase letters followed by a period. I haven't released a song in a while, but my most recent song is called Marie, and it's about a woman that I love a lot. So if you want to hear a fun little love song, Ethan on Spotify or anywhere else. Next poet is my boy, Petty T-Dog, T-Dizzle, Ghost from Moon City, representing, stunting, looking so good. I'm trying to stall so you can have time to get on the stage. Look at this guy, Teddy!
Gotta prepare me for these things. We didn't have a circle. Hi, I'm Teddy, Ghost of Moon City. I am very happy to be here. I have a few poems for you. I write everything down, which leads me to have 3 separate journals. It's the worst thing. But anyways, so I wanted to bring some poems I thought represented my time in Springfield. I moved down here in 21, starting school. And because this is a cool Springfield event, I wanted to kind of express that. So this first poem is about working in Springfield, going to like the community gardens, and I worked in a kitchen for a while, and also my time working at the city. This poem's called Union. Sink your hands into the earth and tell me about your grandson. Place your cutting board next to mine and tell me about your day. Pick up the shovel and tell me how you miss your brother. Busy your hands and let the words fall into mine. We may never look up from our tasks, but keep talking. I've admitted to more while breading chicken tenders than I ever have in therapy. I've given my best advice, tool in hand, eyes drifting away. I've got a tool belt full of experience and fallen sentences that my hands were too full to catch, and I am working. Not just here, but I'm working right beside you. I'm working with you. Busy your hands. If we work together, we may just pick up all the pieces. Let us not be defined by our labor to $1, but our labor to one another. So in the end, by the time that this shift is over, you will not have a coworker. You will end with a brother. Thank you. So this next one is actually about Poets Corner. I joined leadership recently, but I've been going to Poets Corner for about a year now, and it's been a great experience. It's something that I never expected for myself, but I'm so grateful for the people around me and getting this opportunity. This poem is actually about going to dinner with my poet friends after a really cool show with a very popular poet, just called Dinner with Poets. I put my hand on my vocal cords and feel the vibration that says my soul is alive, that the voice inside of me still carries a tune. I press my fingers to my pulse and feel the rush of blood as my capillaries turn to veins, turn to function, turn to me. I press my hand to my stomach as I breathe in deeply, filling my body with air that I will cherish in its moment passing. I feel my bones, which have held on to be here, every muscle that fought for this outcome, to feel my spite, which has never let go of my rib cage, piloting from the inside. Burning spite, to live, to be alive. You see, a practice in living is wealth. Practicing the empathy and compassion, the pain and the sorrow, the love and the loss. We continue to practice, although mastery is impossible. But the practice of living alone can be enough. See, being alive tastes like bourbon. Sometimes it just burns, other times it is smooth with the hints of honey. Sometimes it's a cocktail that mixes, but it separates when left to sit. Drink deeply from the glass. If you must, do it spitefully. Taste the burn. Taste the honey. Feel living. Feel being alive. Here's the switch. New book. So a lot of those poems I don't think I've read before. And these are also 2 newer poems. You guys ever have cats?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool. That's a thing. You ever just like look at them and you're just jealous? It's like, what the hell, dude?
Every day.
This is a poem I wrote about my cats, Jasper and Sapphire, because they're lazy. Don't my cats know they're wasting time? There's a whole world out there full of mice and sunshine and people. See, they should be living, experiencing everything the world has to offer. Don't they want to travel? Oh God, they have no idea how big the world is. Oh God, 9 lives to live, and this one is spent shitting in a box and being fed by a robot. Aren't they bored? Don't they know that they're missing out? Maybe my cats don't have goals. It's just, I'm worried that they'll spend their entire life basking in the windowsill and being fed by robots with nothing but this small, loving family, much less any friends in the neighborhood. See, the only place my cats want to travel is the basement. How are they able to just be happy? Don't they feel the need to earn that first? Don't they worry about retirement or climate change, or what to make for dinner. No, not dinner because of the robot, right? How could they not worry about fascism or the doom scrolling, or if they're good partners, or that the ash trees are dying, or that dad is getting older, or that AI is ruining education, that rent is due, that utilities is due, that they don't make enough, that the bugs are dying, that they won't have a career in 10 years? Don't they worry? Or do they just wonder why I pay so much? Where'd it go? This last one is, I wanted to do it on a sweeter note. This is a love poem I recently wrote called Were That I Was. Were that I was a butterfly, I'd dance around your head, flit and flutter as if performing magic on you, before landing gently on your outstretched hand. Were that I was, I call the others to you, buzzing my butterfly brethren, convincing them to meet you, to take you in as one of us. You see, a butterfly is a butterfly because of its heart, after all. And were that I was a fish, I'd guide you into calm waters, show you the cool pockets, and warn you of the slipperiest rocks. I'd try to show you my fishy home, however unappealing. I'd introduce you to the crabby crawdads, however standoffish. When it was time for you to go, I'd swim you to the bank reluctantly and hope you return to my waters soon. Were that I was a bear, I wouldn't be mad if you showed up uninvited. I'd scooch over in my den and let you warm yourself next to me, hide you from the world and as long as you needed. You could tell me all your stories and I'd be bound to listen. When you'd leave, I'd walk you to the entrance, maybe sniff the air to help direct you as you go home. But hope that you stop by soon. Were that I was me, lucky me. I'd do better this time. I'd be more uncomfortable, for good this time. I'd be happy to hear you talk. My brain would catalog your favorite topics and ways to be held, thankful to be next to you. Were that I wasn't me, I'd like to be the bear. And if not the bear, then the fish. And if not the fish, then surely the butterfly. But if not the butterfly, please, let me be something with you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I am so glad I get to do this, and you guys are awesome. I want to welcome up one more fantastic poet. That is your organizer for tonight, Pee-wee! Come on up.
Who's this guy, alright? Alright.
That's my friend.
What the hell? I'm just gonna do one for y'all tonight. General warning for slurs. Who doesn't love a good slur that they can reclaim? This is called Tranny's Prayer. I know. It's looking dark outside, huh? I've seen storms like these roll through these hollers before. Bible-thumping politicians, same men who campaign on installing the 10 Commandments in every schoolyard, scream red-faced flurry of spittle flying, to trust that biology made no mistake. Trust the science. The same science that they voted to defund, the studies they falsified and cherry-pick, the evidence they ignore in favor of the opinion of the highest bidder. They jab one wrinkled damning digit at the transgender children huddled among all the other kids under their broken plastic desks during their daily active shooter drills, and claim that the child in here is more dangerous than the storm of bullets out there and would throw them to the flood alone. But listen, let me tell you what truly is holy. It's you. You, child, who learned to crawl in a world that would teach you to stay on your knees. Do not learn to stand, to walk. No, stay down there. Bow your head and start praying. Instead, you learned to stand anyways, and I didn't just see you step forward. I saw you run. Because that's what they don't teach in the lockdown classrooms and outdated textbooks they don't have the funds to replace. That they can take your rights, they can take your HRT, they can take your clothes, your food, your home, but they ain't never gonna get you, baby. Sprint out that door and keep running. You are a freak of nature, and all the best things in life are. They cannot take away the first time that you're kissed in a body that starts really feeling like your body. The way the other pair of lips whisper the name you chose between kisses and baptize you between each roll of their tongue. Be reborn over and over in the sacred flame of their mouth. They cannot take away when you pass a mirror, realize it is not a window, because look, there you are. You wild little animal of this earth, reflected in the crystal clear glass, perched inside the silver licked frame, eyes that recognize inside. See the little spark flittering behind your pupils as yours. They cannot take away the way your body starts to feel like a childhood home seen in a different light. How breathtaking it is in the midnight sermons. The dark sights only seen by creatures like you and me and the other feral trannies who run through the nocturnal streets and neon alleys, where we fall in love with our shadows and pray to the Church of Change, the patron saints of learn to love yourself anyways. To the cycles of the moon, always shifting, lift your head and sing with me. Even if the clouds obscure the stars, you were born of a wish. Honor it and howl. They are afraid of what they cannot control, and they do not control the moment your own voice tells you good morning, the way it echoes in your chest cavity to find its home in the crook of your ribs. You newly hatched chick, this hollow-boned love, build its nest near your heart and plant its olive branch that promises you your rainbow is coming. They cannot control the gyration of a drag queen's hips as she gives you a lap dance and you stuff sticky singles into her thong. Your first time at the gay club, identity born in. The lipstick cigarette smokescreen. Mascara mustaches smeared half off with sweat. Drenched in perspiration dripping off skin like holy water, and all the fags and butches and boy girls and girl boys and the something elses and the nothing at alls and the ghosts of all the others who came before cheer for you. Celebrate as you spin and thrash in the lights among a sea of those who have never been more alive than when this country wants them dead. You are the dancing queen and anything else you want to be. They cannot control the world, just the afraid people in it. So let's not be afraid. Let's be ourselves. Let's be together. And it doesn't have to be your best, it's just gotta be you. Not the you stuffed into your Sunday suit, necktie tight around your neck like a noose. Same suit your dad worries makes you look like a queer. Not in the itchy, frilly black dress that hugs you too tight. Your mom picked out to wear to the funeral so you look like a proper lady while you cry. But you. The you whose voice cracks with the joy of discovering a new hair on your upper lip between second puberty pimple pops. The you who wears the new shiny silk bra, fabric of the cups hovering an inch above the flesh, doesn't quite fit and it's your new favorite color. The you I see on the dance floor, covered in glitter and kisses, with under armpit stains bigger than the broken dams of a biblical flood that they promise is coming. Reactionary politics that forecast another term in power, claiming the smog and pollution are storm clouds, that their manufactured outcry is thunder, the sirens are blaring, but I cannot hear it over the music. Break through this darkness with your smile, a spotlight in the nightclub that shines with more holy, holy light than any angel climbing down from their heaven on high to deliver some end-time precious prophecy. Keep it down, Gabriel. My song is on, and I want to dance. All right, that's all I'm going to read tonight, just because we're a little bit behind schedule. There's Noah. All right, so we're going to have the DJ play while we set up our next band and get ready for more music!